This is Tabez's first Hamidon raid. Hello and welcome. We are gonna raid all the Hammies. Am I on the tank team? No. In fact, this league is loaded with tanks. Holy crap! Yeah, they don't need me to do any tanking. Clear my tray out. Hark! Hello, welcome Dark Cyanide. Hope you are having a great evening. I'm looking forward to doing this, man. If we're popping like Mitos and stuff, this is gonna drop like a bunch of shards and things for me to use to make my first alpha slot item. How we doing on that anyway? Incarnate stuff. Yeah, we could almost make one right now. So usually what I end up doing is I'll make a couple of the pieces for alpha out of shards and shard related stuff, and then I'll end up making like the very rare and maybe like one of the uncommons out of other material. Yeah, I watched Nobody when it was kind of new. Good movie. Christopher Lloyd was a hoot. And movie because of the Claymore Mine. Yeah, you know, this side towards enemy or whatever, right? Front towards enemy. That's it. Yeah, you don't want to see what a Claymore Mine does to a human body. It's terrifying. I was talking about PPP. I don't know what that means. Is that a new acronym in City Heroes? I'm scared. Nobody's a good flick. Watched it twice, I think. I'd watch it again. Got a very satisfying mix of stuff in it. Christopher Lloyd as his dad is just a hoot, man. Now, Christopher Lloyd's a hoot anyway, but he was especially good in that role. I mean, it's essentially the same premise as like Red. You've got like a retired agent who's back on the job or back doing his thing. He's down on his like move and goes bananas. Yeah, it's just like Red, man. You know, Red has a pensioner calling like the help desk, right, for his pension checks, and then you find out that he's actually destroying the checks, so he has an excuse to call the help desk because he likes to flirt with the girl on the help desk. It's a hoot. Red was really good. Red 2 was also good, but I don't know, there was a little bit of the magic just wasn't there for it. Okay, who's the melee targeter? Oh, PPP is Pretty Fury Poisoner. Okay, I know who that is. In fact, they're in this raid. Right there. And so who's the melee targeter? Who's Your Daddy? Good song. PPP is an acronym for Private-Public Partnership here, a way to combine state and free enterprise with a common venture. There's another word for that. There was an Italian guy that came up with a word for that, XLG. You might know him. His name's Benito Mussolini. He got very big in Italy for a few years. And then they got kind of... Some people got kind of mad at him, and it wasn't pretty after that. But he had a great word for public-private partnerships. Melee targeter is Stickle. Okay. I should have expected it was Stickle. Or maybe that's Sticky. I don't know. They have been the melee targeter for several raids I've been on, so that's fine. Let's get some candy. And anybody want some cards? They needed some cards. That's great. Okay, the tanks are launched. Alright, well I ought to get a couple shards. For whatever reason, the Mitos are pretty good at dropping shards. Of course, being spines, I could be on like pretty much any team. I guess I couldn't fight greens because I don't have a hold. But if I had a hold, I could be on the team to fight greens too. Like if we had a separate green team. Oh man, green team, there's a callback to the glory days. XLG don't know nothing about those glory days. They're before him. Anyway, as a Canadian, if you feel like you need to go read more about those kind of partnerships, you should check out that guy's writing. You may find it very much like what you wanna be in for. Ooh, did the main tank bite it? Yow! Take the money. Are we doing a second? Okay, so we gotta take out the buds first. Buddy. Tag as many of them as I can here. I'm just bullcrapping, man. Like, by definition, government has to disperse monies it collects, or otherwise, why is it collecting the money, right? But I think all this stuff is just, oh man, nope. I'm just gonna shut up. What I really hate though is when those partnerships turn into something like, a toll road. It's like, wait, my tax money paid for that road. Why is somebody getting to collect money on that and make money when I paid for it? Why don't I get a cut of that? Why don't I get a cut of all those Pennsylvania toll roads that are built with federal highway funds? That should flow right into my bank account. I want my 13-cent annual dividend from that. Oh no, we're back! Back at the beginning. Sinking, spinning. Okay. Cleared up our inventory a little bit. Let's go! Let's frickin' go! I'm serious though, like I despise the concept of toll roads. Unless that road was completely built without tax money and is thus a private road, I don't understand how tolls can be a thing that goes into a private corporation. Because the roads are operated, like they're maintained, or, well, no, they're maintained by tax money, but the collection is by a private corporation who then exacts a tremendous amount of money. And then that money goes to other private organizations who paid pittances for the road. Like, meanwhile, it's all coming out of my pocket. Frickin' Chicago. Try to drive my way to Ohio or something, right? And what do? You gotta go through Chicago. What's it gonna cost you? It's gonna be like $15 by the time you get done. All for the privilege of using a road that I paid for. That's obscene. That is obscenity. Like, people are like, oh yeah, obscenity, that means there's big gazongers or whatever. It's like, no. That is not what that means. I mean, that is one definition, but there is so much more to it. Alright, well, looks like we popped him. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, well, let's get this out. And to be clear, I don't have a problem with privately owned roads. That is not a problem I have. My problem is strictly with roads I paid for, and I am now charged for using. But somebody thinks that that's okay. It depends. Mostly, I think all the actual money operated booths are gone. So now, like, the way you do it is you just drive through, and then the state runs a website where they post the toll like 30 minutes before you have to pay it or they fine you, and then you pay the toll like right then. So I went on a business trip and I drove through Chicago, and I waited 2 weeks to submit my reimbursement because I was waiting for the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois to post the tolls that they collected on me while I was driving through, because they take photos of your license plate. So, I'm like, where's this at? And it was literally like the morning of the deadline when I would have to pay a late fee is when they finally posted the tolls. It's like, this is a scam. every which way, up and down, left and right. It's mega scam city. And everybody involved should just drop dead from, like, Ebola or something. Like, that's it. That should be their fate. Immediate Ebola. Now, some may say that's harsh. Some may say that's harsh. In which case, okay, I will concede. They can have slow-acting, very painful Ebola instead of immediate Ebola if they want. That way they have a chance to seek treatment before bleeding out from their eyes and their butthole. I shouldn't wish that on anybody, but man, like, I think that that is just wrong. And if I had my way, like, it would not be allowed. Unfortunately for the world, or maybe fortunately for the world, I don't get to have my way. Okay, there goes Stickle. I'm off. So he jumps as soon as main tank go happens. After the last round, somebody was like, "Oh, melee team, you were fast." Yeah, because they got me on the team. Kind of glad I didn't have to do the tanking. I don't really like tanking Hammy raids. But I like doing the melee thing, because I think it's fun to fly around with the jetpack on. Good raid. They have this stuff down to a science, man. It's no wonder Hamios are basically worthless. Like on live, there are Hamios that went for hundreds of millions of bucks, like the End-Res one. Blanking on which one. Ribosomes. They went for just gobsmacking amounts of money, but here they're like dirt cheap. I got like 10 of them sitting in my SG base. I'm like, well, there's no point in selling these because I can't get any real money out of it. Yeah, toll roads make me kind of unreasonably mad. You know what? I guess I'll take the Imperium merits. That'll help me do my incarnating that much quicker. Quicker, more quickly, whatever the right verbiage is. And they put these enemies in just to slow down Hammy raids. This is kind of a funny thing that the devs have done, right? So it's like, oh, hey, we're gonna nerf rewards for AE farming because we don't want people to do that. So we're like, okay, fine, we won't do that. And so they're like, we'll go just run PI missions and, you know, beat up the council. So what do? They make the council harder to fight. They go in and it's like, what are you doing? What are you having fun with? And they immediately make it less fun or less profitable or both. This is known as being a developer. When you see fun, you see something people like to do, you immediately have to make it worse. The constant degradation of the player experience is what developers get paid for. They don't get paid for making your life better. They get paid, they find enjoyment, it gives them, you know, a little boner, make your life worse. Yeah, I said it. We're being controversial here. But I find it ridiculous. It's like, well, we'll have the XP from farming, so people won't farm, so we find something else to farm. And then it's immediately, oh, what if we made the council worse to fight in every way? Oh yeah, thanks. Because you don't want people doing council missions in PI. Why not just make them illegal? Anyway. I digress. That's the kind of stuff that we get when, you know, I am ranting and raving. And hey, while we're here in this zone, I might as well get the exploration badges. I didn't quit the league, right? Yeah, okay, cool. We've already got the exploration badge right there. So let's grab the one over here, the one over here. We'll go up and around. Where's the frickin' badge? There we go. We somehow got Sound of Thunder after we were no longer near it. Cool. Works for me. There we go, Babe in the Woods. Maybe I should have tried for a Hamio. I don't know. Anyway, I know I just dropped like 17 hot takes there, but like I get real pissed off at toll roads. They exist just to keep poor people poor, while enriching already rich people. Okay, among the giants, check. And I also just get mad at developers who keep tinkering with stuff that doesn't need tinkering and doing so in ways that degrades the player experience. Like a great example of that is 7 Days to Die, where apparently the game's no longer even a survival game. Like somebody was telling me about like the changes that have been made to it since me and Stella were playing it last, and now it's all about like it's an RPG and not a survival game or something, because it's all about finding books so you can level up. And it just sounds like a completely different and not as fun experience. In fact, the person was like, yeah, it's not as fun as it used to be. So I don't know how much of that's true, but there's a reason, you know, me and Stella use the fun pimps, which were maybe still are the developers, as kind of pejorative, because they actively seem to go out of their way to want to make the game grindier. Hey, Ryu Long. Okay, Force of Stone and Time Bandit, and then that last badge is right up here somewhere. Oh, you do have Gundam Rock. Nice. That is the only Andrew WK album I've ever heard. I thought it was right up here. Am I wrong? Is this badge not right up here on the roof? Oh, there it is. Yeah, we're standing right next to it. Alright, well, we are now a busy bee. Look at that. It's amazing. Freaking amazing. Flex our guns like that. Let's see, where else I need to go to get stuff. Let's see. Okay, I don't need to answer that text message right now. Oh, I think we still got to do... exploration badges in Warburg. Let's go check. Let's go do that.